NASCAR announced it would ban the Confederate battle flag from all of its races and venues.
So it starts with Confederate flags. Get them out of here. They have no place for them.
The Confederate flag, a fixture in NASCAR Southern culture for decades, now no longer permitted a place in the sport.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Some fans flew Confederate flags in defiance of NASCAR's request to leave the banners at home.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
The Confederate flag means something beyond, perhaps completely apart from, racism or its racist history.
Confederate imagery is big business, found in countless stores, shops, and front yards across the South.
It belongs in history books, and that's about it.
Many are mad, so be it. NASCAR made a huge announcement that they are finally banning the slavery-endorsing, racist Confederate flag from their racetracks. You're probably thinking, wait, they didn't ban it previously? The unfortunate answer is a profound no.
NASCAR, after making it clear last week that the flag has no official place at its events, is now going even further with a request many of its fans may not like.
Notice where NASCAR drew the line.
While flags fly in the infield, one is no longer welcome, the Confederate flag. NASCAR asked fans to refrain from flying it.
And that, my friends, is the problem. To be very clear, I hear these defenses.
We have to learn about our history in all of its fullness.
The Confederate flag has been a source of pride to others.
It represents a spirit.
These assortments, in and of itself, represents a deep lack of understanding. 48% of Americans believe the states' rights was the main cause of the Civil War. Only 38% attributed the war to slavery, and 9% said it was a mixture of both. A failure on all levels. Take it from Confederate Vice President Alexander H. Stephens, who once infamously said, "Our new government's foundations are laid, its cornerstone rests upon the great truth that the Negro is not equal to the white man." In its Constitution, Confederate leaders made it crystal clear, in all such territory, the institution of Negro slavery, as it now exists in the Confederate States, shall be recognized and protected by Congress and by the territorial government.
Why do you carry that flag? Because this is my heritage. My family fought to save their farm under this flag. Who was working that farm?
While Nazis marched with the flag by their sides, protesting the removal of Robert E. Lee's statue from a public park in Charlottesville, Virginia, the sport of NASCAR routinely did the bare minimum. One track, Daytona, offered an exchange program where fans could trade their Confederate flag for an American flag. However, this came after Daytona's president announced they would not ban the flag from flying. Thus, when the president visited Daytona, he was greeted by the Confederate flag.
No one should feel uncomfortable when they come to a NASCAR race. So it starts with Confederate flags. Get them out of here. They have no place for them.
You've likely seen the Confederate flag. While NASCAR and track officials won't be confiscating flags from anyone on track property, anyone who chooses to display the flag will be doing so knowing that they're not in NASCAR's favor.
Flying the Confederate battle flag, in effect, not only disfranchises, but offends a good quarter to 1/3 of the population of our region.
Look, let's break this down fairly easily. Asking fans to self-discipline their bigoted acts is like asking police officers to self-report the crimes they commit.
These Confederate statues, they're in full army regalia, fighting a war against the United States for the perpetuation of slavery. So that's what they're being celebrated for.
Finally, it's long overdue, but it's right and it's pure. And as my man Ryan McGee of ESPN put it,
that flag, if there was any honor left in those stars and bars when the Civil War ended in 1865, if there was any honor left in that thing, it was wrung out of that flag by those who flew it over burned crosses, and those who flew it over lynched Black Americans, and those who flew it while they were throwing tomatoes at little girls trying to go to desegregated schools. If there was any honor left in that flag, it disappeared a long time ago. If you want to see it, I can recommend a lot of great museums, and we can go have that conversation, but we are not going to have it at the Talladega Superspeedway.